After a gap of nearly 2 years due to COVID-19 pandemic, Bhutan today reopened the entry to international tourists. Speaking to Northeast Live, Counsel General of Bhutan, Jigme Thinlye Namgyal said that Bhutan is hopeful of attracting more tourists to the country after this gap. He further said that Bhutan has always received a lot of guests from northeast India, which shares maximum border with the country, and is hopeful that more and more tourists will come to Bhutan from the region. The Counsel General is also hopeful that airlines takes more interest in the Guwahati route and introduce more flights in the sector. Significantly, Bhutan has imposed a tax of Rs 1,200 per day per tourist from India. However, Namgyal said that the new tax will not affect the flow of tourists from India. It may be mentioned that reopening announcement of Bhutan to international tourists took place at Taj Vivanta, where Counsel General of Bhutan, along with Additional Chief Secretary of Assam and other dignitaries, were present.
We have with us the Counsel General of Bhutan, Mr. Jigme Thinlye. Well, today Bhutan tourism has reopened gates for tourism after 2 years of gap. So can you please brief us on it?
Yes, indeed, it has been opened, and we are very excited also. And I think because with vaccinations and everything, now COVID-19 has recently subsided, and so that's why we are now open to tourists.
So what would be the new rules and regulations right now?
Nothing has changed as far as rules and regulations are concerned, except that we have streamlined, developed some SOPs and ensured that the tourists who visit Bhutan enjoy the authentic Bhutan, and they enjoy our fresh environment, they see our culture, and then they cherish and they go back happy and become our brand ambassadors.
Well, a new tax has been levied on whoever visits Bhutan. Can you please brief us on it?
Yes, we have introduced 1,200 for Indian tourists and $200 for foreigners. Actually, tourism. We look at tourism as a national asset, and when we look it as a national asset, we have to manage it in a sustainable way. So that's why, and then even because we try our best to keep remain carbon neutral, but when these industries they operate, they somehow bring some certain pollutions. So that's why we have to invest and keep our culture alive, reinvest in the environment, so that we always try to stay carbon negative, and then build the capacities of tourists, the guides, and all these things. So because of that, I think 1,200 has been levied.
So it's 1,200 per head per day. So don't you think it's going to affect the flow of tourism to Bhutan from India?
No, we are looking for genuine visitors. Of course, you may argue that that number may come down, but we are looking for genuine visitors who are interested to visit Bhutan because of its value. Because we are one country who is pursuing the policy of high value, low volume tourists. So that's why I think, and you'll see a change in Bhutan. We will be able to provide better services, and people will not regret paying 1,200 per day per person while visiting Bhutan.
So, well, since Northeast shares the maximum border with Bhutan, so will there be any sort of relaxation for rules for people from the Northeast?
I don't know what you mean by rules, because 1,200 will be applicable for everyone. But new change in policy is that now Indian tourists can enter from Samru Jongkhar and Gelipu. That means Indian tourists from Northeast region now have an access and entry point to Bhutan from the Northeast, and which is, in fact, Jongkhar is just 2 hours drive from here.